It was a dark August evening. The cousin found another beer for this episode of Beer Tasting.
I get a kick out of brew.
Okay, so today's beer tasting is a bit of a mad one because it's one of the stronger ones. And when I saw this, I thought it was a different beer, one that we'd already done, and then I realized, hold on a minute, I haven't done this one before. But then it turns out I have done this one before. And you're probably thinking, Adam, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. We are doing King Goblin Imperial Ruby Beer. Yeah. When I saw this, I thought this was just a normal ruby beer. And then I realized the color was a bit off. And, well, Hobgoblin, King Goblin looked a bit different. So there you have him there with his crown. So yeah, I've not done this one on this channel, but it turns out I've done this on the one with J. Ashley Spencer, the RD Room Home Brewery Brew Room thingamajiggy. So we done this one first, and I remember it being a ruby beer. So when I done the ruby beer on this channel, maybe I thought that was the same one. But there's Hobgoblin Ruby Beer and then King Goblin Imperial Ruby Beer. So when it says Imperial, you know it's going to be a stronger one. Oh wait, this is only 6.6. I read that as 8.6. But yeah, I've just been playing Skyrim and killed a giant fucking spider. Not in Skyrim, in real life. Crawled out near my feet, got the Hoover, and yeah, fits the theme of slaying giant mythical beasts. Maybe that's a little bit dramatic. So before we get into this beer, I want to say one thing. So yesterday we did Whitstable Bay. Tomorrow I'm going to Whitstable Bay. Not for that reason, I'm just going there. Although that will be today, because the day you're watching this is the day I'm going, even though for me it's tomorrow. That probably makes no sense, but there you have it. So this King Goblin Ruby Beer is a 6.6 royally rich and dangerously smooth drink by Hobgoblin, and it says Hobgoblin Imperial Ruby Beer. Doff your cap to the king of beers, a ruby royal beloved by the masses. Majestic malts meet sovereign hops to create the regal flavours of sweet caramel, coffee, and roasted malts. All hail the king. Now, I like every single one of those flavours, but going off of memory, did I like it when I tried it with Joe? I remember it being quite strong. And funny enough, this, just like the Whitstable Bay one, is another legacy beer. Another one we did do on the original channel. So it's got this more purpley, purple colour scheme to it. And it's got a King Goblin with his crown and some sort of golden treasure with, I don't know if that's a beer, on a pillow there. But you can see that there. Quite a nice design actually, I must say. King Goblin is obviously the special one. So yeah, I'll give you a little 360. It's got the engraving of Hobgoblin down there. So King Goblin Imperial Ruby Beer. Got the neck seal here. And then as we go round to the back, you can see he's got his axe there. You've got the little story and all the boring information. Background to the front there, and then the gold Goblin bottle cap. So yeah, this is definitely a special one among the Goblin beers. as for its design, I think I could give that a I can give that a 5. Most goblins get a 4. This is a little bit better, and I think I'm just gonna go straight to 5. Although I do prefer the old hobgoblin designs. These ones are more, I suppose, friendlier looking. But goblins aren't really friendly. These ones look like they can be a bit more friendlier than the previous goblin one. So yeah, giving it a 5 on design. Is that fair? Yeah, I think so. I quite like the colours there, the gold and the purple. But do I think this is going to be the best one in terms of taste? I don't know. I think so far the one I liked the most was the gold beer. The only other one I think I need to try again, maybe to re-jog my memory of the taste, is the dark dark stout. But yeah, could this beat it? I mean, it says it's got sweet caramel coffee and roasted malts, and that sounds nice. But then Imperial beer is really strong. I remember when me and Joe used to go to Weatherspoons, and we used to buy, kind of like we do at the Brewdog in Wandsworth, where we'll buy a drink and the other person's got to guess what it is, and sometimes we'll just get the most craziest or foulest sounding drink just to watch the other person suffer, even though we're both drinking it. The first time we did that, I remember we went to the Weatherspoons we used to go to a lot, and I said, "What's the most fucked up drink you got here? What's the most fucked up beer?" And they said, "Oh, I think it was it Imperial Porter or something like that, or Imperial Stout?" And I don't really remember what brand it was. I think it was just called Imperial Stout. And they said, "Whatever you do, don't down it." And I just gave it to John, was like, "Down it." And I think he did. So fair play to him for that. Does that make him the king goblin of Imperial beers? You guys can be the judge of that. But let's crack this one open and yeah, enjoy the taste, or at least try it. Not screw up that bottle cap too much, because this is a nice nice gold one there with the Hobgoblin logo on it. Smell test. That smells serious. You know what? You do get that strong, almost dark Imperial taste. But the initial taste of that was actually quite nice. I mean, it is 6.6%, so it's nothing to be taken lightly, but I actually quite like that. I don't remember the ratings of pretty much any beer I've done, well, ever, purely because I've done so many. I mean, I'm in the 120, so I think this is going to be 125, but then there's more beers I've done, obviously. So I don't remember how I've rated all the other Hobgoblins, but this, I think, might be one of the nicest ones I've ever had, if not the nicest. It's definitely the best in terms of design, excluding the old design of Hobgoblin. But in terms of all the new ones with this redesign, this more modernized look, this is definitely the best one, with Hobgoblin Gold Beer second, and then I'd put Amber third. So I quite like that. You get that sort of sweet taste that it says you get, and then you just get that sort of, what does Imperial beer even taste like? It's like it's not mentally, but it's got that sort of strong taste. It's almost like when you have certain medicines that have alcohol in it. It's a bit like that. But that is actually really nice. I think I might watch the video me and Joe did together on this one after I've recorded this, just to sort of re-jog my memory, see if I'm like, yep. Because what can happen is, after many years of beer tasting, I suppose you get used to certain tastes and your taste buds do develop over time. So what you might not like at the start, you can grow to like through doing beer tasting. Like, I remember not being the biggest fan of pale ales, and like yesterday we did Whitstable pale ale and I loved that taste. I gave it a 5. So I feel like doing this over time, you can go back to some of the earlier beers and have a completely different perception on them. I feel like this is something that if I did earlier, as in earlier in my beer tasting days, with Joe, I might not have liked or been able to appreciate this as much. But where we've had so many strong ones, especially doing that Brewdog series, I feel like I've leveled up in my taste and tolerance for stronger beers. So there is that. But we've had some really good beers recently. Like, looking back on what we've done in the past, I don't know, week or two, we've had the gold beer was good. Amber beer was, not far off that. The Fuller's ESB was really good. The Tanglefoot was good, or really good. Golden Dew, probably one of my favourites. Whitstable, what's it called? Whitstable Pale Ale. No, Whitstable Bay Pale Ale, which I'm going to tomorrow. That was really nice. And now we've got King Goblin Imperial Ruby Beer, which is up there with all of them. Maybe one of the better ones. I'm starting to like stronger tastes more as well, I think. In some cases, you can have those ones where the taste is a bit overwhelming. But this one, it's sort of like, feels like it's getting a bit overwhelming. If you see my eyes just darting off, it's because I've seen a spider before the video. I mean, the one I hoovered up, so I'm on high alert right now. But yeah, I feel like, what was I saying before? I feel like this one, it's not so overwhelming, but it feels like it's gonna be, and it's just like, there you go. So when you sort of putting your feet in deeper waters, man, the analogy on this channel. So on taste, could I give that a 5? Or am I just being really generous with the beers? I can understand this wouldn't appeal to the average beer drinker. Maybe it is a bit too strong, or just its taste is a bit rich. But I do think it's a nice beer. And I'm seeing on the back here, it says product of Carlsberg, Marston's Brewing Co., Wolverhampton. But then it also says Carlsberg Brewery, Copenhagen. So, which is confusing because I'm pretty sure a company called Witchwood do these Goblin beers. And I can't see any mention of them on the back here. Unless they've changed ownership, hence the change in design. Yeah, gonna have to look into that after this video. It's interesting when you learn about different breweries, the beers they produce, and their stories. Some of them do put that on the back of their beers. This is going to be a long video. I can tell I haven't even got around to the taste rating. Well, I have. I just haven't given it a taste rating. I want to give that a 5. That is really nice. Like, if you like Imperial or Ruby beer, then yeah, this is a good one. I don't really know what hobgoblins are for, like what occasion people would have a hobgoblin beer in. It's definitely none of them are really casual drinks. Maybe the gold one, or the session. Was it session ale or pale ale? The one we did not too long ago. But yeah, personally, I just really like the taste of this, so I think I'm gonna give this a 5. So I think that pretty much explains that my overall rating is gonna be 5. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be, so that's quite a pleasant surprise. I thought this was gonna be something that I'd be a bit almost not wary of the taste, but a bit like, this could be a bit hit and miss, or hit or miss. Is it hit and miss or hit or miss? Who knows? No, hit or miss. That makes more sense. But no, this is a really nice beer. I am gonna go and watch the video I did with Jado Ashley Spencer about 3 years ago or something, just to see what I thought of it back then, and I'll link that in this video. In fact, I'll put it here, just so you guys can go and see it if you're interested or not. But yeah, as far as my current opinion on this beer goes, it is a really nice beer, and I would recommend this, especially if you're doing beer tasting. So there you have it, King Goblin Imperial Ruby beer, 6.6%, a bit strong, but a good beer nonetheless. So see you in the next one. This is honestly such a nice beer. I've just drank the whole thing, and I've got no doubt that that's a 5. So I'm trying a Whitstable Bay on tap in Whitstable.